I have my values, okay, if I'm shooting for 85%, I want to find that 85% number, and then I want to go up and down about 5 beats. So I've got a 10-beat range that I want to keep my workout within. So after I warm up and I get to that level, I'm looking at my watch. I know my number is maybe 135 to 145. That's where I want to stay. So now I'm walking with a purpose. I'm trying to keep my heart rate between 135 and 145 for 45 minutes, eventually. Okay? Once I can do 45 minutes at 85% of my target heart rate, I'm ready to start incorporating circuit training or high-intensity interval training. Anybody heard of that? Read about that? Okay? High-intensity interval training is when you start incorporating short bursts of high intensity within your exercise session. So we're trying to turn the Prius into a Maserati. Okay? So how do I do that? Well, ideally for fat loss, I'm exercising every day. Okay? So let's say I take Sunday off for rest and recovery. Okay? Or it's my go to the grocery store day, it's my go to church day, it's my family day. It's the day that I don't exercise. So Sunday's my off day. So I'm exercising Monday through Saturday. So for example, I'm doing my cardiovascular exercise Monday through Saturday. I'm doing at least 30 to 45 minutes of 85% of my target heart rate. Once I can do that, I'm going to take 2 of those days. Okay? You shouldn't do more than 3. 2 of those days where I'm going to start incorporating some interval training into my cardio, so I can turn my cardio, instead of a fat conservative exercise, I want to turn it into a metabolic boosting workout. Okay? There's nothing wrong with doing 45 minutes of moderate intensity cardio because I am burning calories. But eventually my body becomes very efficient at that, and I'm going to burn fewer calories for the same amount of work. Okay? And that's the problem with cardio as your only exercise for fat loss. Eventually my body gets used to the work, and I become more efficient and I burn less calories. So my only options are I got to go for a longer time. One of the biggest complaints people have when it comes to working exercise into their schedule, I don't have time. So maybe doing an hour or an hour and a half of walking is not an option. Or I've got to go faster and increase the intensity. Hello, I got bad knees and a bad back. There's no way I'm running. Okay, I'm not built like a runner. Picture a marathon runner. They look a bit frail and they're thin and they're fast. That's not me. I'm a track person. I can go all out for 100 yards and then I'm done. Okay, and that's kind of what we want to be. Picture a track athlete and picture a marathon runner. Which physique do you prefer? You know, the kind of non-muscular, very light runner, or do you want to be an athletic built like a gymnast or a swimmer or a track person that actually runs those bursts of energy in their sport as well as their training? Okay? So now I'm doing 45 minutes Monday, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday, Thursday becomes my interval day. So how do I incorporate those intervals? Well, you're certainly not going to do 45 minutes of intervals and you will die. I'll give you an example. I have a bariatric patient of Dr. Cavazos that has been doing 45 minutes on the elliptical for 8 months, Monday through Friday, without fail. She gets off at work at 2:05. She's in her work gym. She's doing 45 minutes on the elliptical. She feels good about it. You know, she's like, I feel like I'm good. You know, I'm losing some weight. I think she's a lap band patient. She's like, I haven't lost as much as I'd like, but you know, I feel good about doing that exercise. I said, that's great, but you've got to do something different if you're expecting different results. If you're happy with your weight loss and you want to maintain that, keep doing that if you're happy doing that. But she's not. She wanted to jumpstart her weight loss. So I had her come into the gym, and I said, okay, let's take you through a strength training program, because she wasn't doing any of that, and that's very important. And let's show you how to incorporate some intervals into your cardio program. And she's like, okay. So we went through about a 30-minute strength training workout, and I said, okay, let's go get on a piece of equipment. Let's not do the elliptical, because you do that every day. Let's get on a bike. She goes, yeah, I can do a bike. Okay. So we sat down on 2 bikes side by side, recumbent bikes, a little easier on the tush. So we sat on those bikes and we started pedaling. And I said, okay, let's just set it for 7 minutes. She goes, only 7 minutes? I usually do 45 on the elliptical. Trust me, 7 minutes. She's like, okay. So we set it for 7 and we're going. We're going at a moderate pace. And I said, you know, put it on level 2 or 3, something easy. Doesn't feel like you're spinning out of control, but gives you a little resistance, but you could probably do for days. She's like, okay. So we're going. I'm right next to her. She's pedaling at about 50, 55, 60 revolutions per minute. How does that feel? She was like, oh, it feels good. I said, okay, are you ready? And she goes, ready for what? And I go, ready for the intervals. And she goes, well, what intervals? I go, well, we need to start impacting the metabolic rate a little bit, and we need to start forcing your body to expect a little bit more work, so we burn a bunch of fat. She said, okay, how do we do that? I go, okay, when that clock, remember we set it for 7, when that clock hits 5 minutes, we've got a 2-minute kind of let's get going. When that hits 5 minutes, I want you to pedal as fast as I'm pedaling next to you. She's like, okay. And I go, remember, this is 30 seconds, just 30 seconds. And in your head, I want you to feel like I'm being chased by Lance Armstrong and a time trial at the Tour. And she's like, okay, here we go. So we're going, and it hits that 5 minutes, and I said, ready, go. 3, 2, 1, go. And I am pedaling as fast as I possibly. My butt's bouncing up on the chair. I'm going, let's go, let's go. And she goes, oh my God. I go, exactly. It's 30 seconds of oh my God. I go, increase the resistance a little bit so you're not jumping on that seat so much. And so she pushes it up, and we're going 10 seconds, and then it's 15. And she's like, oh my God, I got 15 more seconds. I go, that's right. Exactly how you should feel. Keep going, keep going. People in the gym are kind of looking at us like, oh my God, what are these girls doing over there? Because I'm trying to outrace her. I go, how fast are you pedaling? And she's like, about 113. I go, I'm at 120. You better pick it up. And so she's going, and we're going super fast, and it hits that 28, 29, 30. Bring it down to level 1 and catch your breath. And she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I go, exactly. That's what one interval looks like. Now I want you to rest for 2 minutes. And she's like, we're going to do that again? I go, yes. So 2 minutes, she pedals comfortably, catches her breath. 2 minutes go by, and she goes, I'm not 100%. I don't care, let's go. And we do another 30 seconds. We did it twice. She's like, I don't think I could do it 3 times. I go, that's fine. We do it twice today. This was on a Thursday. On Tuesday, when you do it again, do it 3 times. Every workout needs to be a little bit better. So the rest of her time was at a moderate intensity. And if she felt maybe she needed to recover 3, 4, 5 minutes before she jumped in another interval, and that's okay. Ideally, you are warming up for 5, and you're doing about 8 to 15 minutes of that. 30 seconds, oh my God, 2 minutes recovery. 30 seconds, oh my God, 2 minutes recovery. Now the 30 seconds can be anything you want. It does not have to be on a spin bike. It can be on a treadmill. Okay? I don't run. So maybe my 30 seconds of oh my God is bringing that level up as high as that treadmill will go. Still only walking at 1.5, 2 miles an hour, but now I'm trekking up Machu Picchu and then coming back down. Okay? There's my 30 seconds. Maybe I'm not quite ready to do a sprint or a jog on the treadmill. Well, Claudia, I like the pool. I swim laps. Well, great. Your 30 seconds is going to be out racing Michael Phelps to the end of your pool and back, and then recover. You don't have to swim slowly to recover. You can just stop in your lane, catch your breath, watch the little competitor clock that most places have, or your own watch, and say, okay, I'm going to rest here for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then I'm going to beat Michael Phelps to the end and back and do that again, and there's your sprint. You know, maybe your sprint is just treading water in the deep end, you know, for 30 seconds or a minute maybe, and then holding onto the side of the pool. So you can do these intervals any way you want. You can do them in the weight room with free weights. You can do them at home. Okay, commercial break. I'm going to do intervals during the commercial break of watching my favorite television show. So during the commercials, I'm going to get up and I'm going to jog in place. I'm going to do jumping jacks. I'm going to do body weight squats. I'm going to do something that forces me to increase my metabolism, and then I'm going to rest for a second. So I'm going to do 30 seconds. Maybe my sprints are 10 seconds of work and 20 seconds of recovery, or the other way around. 20 seconds of work, any interval arrangement is fine, but it just has to be an oh my God intensity. Your oh my God might be different than your oh my God, and it might be different than my oh my God, but it still needs to elicit the oh my God. This is hard work, okay? But not until you can do 45 minutes of moderate intensity at 85% of your target heart rate. At that point, you have enough of an aerobic base to try that. If you went today, your oh my God might be, walking 1.5 miles or 1.5 miles an hour on the treadmill, which is not enough to elicit a metabolic afterburn, which is what it's called in the fitness industry, an afterburn to your cardiovascular exercise. Okay, so we kind of got a plan when it comes to cardio, right? Building up to 45 minutes. Now, when you build up to 45 minutes, don't go out today and do 10 and say that wasn't too hard, so tomorrow you're going to try 30 minutes. That's quite a large increase. Okay, in the fitness industry, it's typically recommended not more than a 10% increase a week. Okay, 10%.